So here we are, everybody. Thanks for being here. I see Ken and Liz, Victoria, Carl, Brian. Who else is here? Bill and David. Hi, Felicia. Welcome.
Felicia.
I'm excited to welcome Felicia to the team.
Look at that smiling face. She'll never tell us her age, but doesn't she look like she's like 23? I mean, you've got this incredible gene in you.
Thank you so much.
Yep. I see Joe and Regal as well. Jill, Sue, Carl. Welcome, guys. Our team is growing. Let's start out by welcoming Felicia officially to the team. I'm excited to have you.
I'm excited. I am so excited. That's all I was talking about yesterday. I've been helping my mom move since Thursday on and off. And so every time I'm like, oh, and another thing. Oh, and another thing. So it's crazy.
Well, she's all trained up. She's probably fresher than any of you because she just read the whole orientation packet this last weekend. It's been a while for some of you, and we continue adding to it. So there's new things in there that probably you may or may not have seen, at least in writing. You've heard about them all. But so Felicia, thanks for spending all the time with me on Saturday. We spent a good 3 or 4 hours together, actually.
Yeah.
A lot longer than usual. She asked a lot of good questions, and our product offerings are evolving and stuff, so it's taking longer to go through. I'm sure I'll get faster the longer we go. But so we wanted to welcome Victoria back from vacation. Welcome back, my friend. How was Hawaii? Did you guys have a good time?
Oh, it's fabulous. I had one child who didn't want to leave, and one said, teenagers. I mean, they both loved it, but one seriously wanted to stay. He was negotiating on how to figure out how to stay. I said, well, we can go to Hilo and tour the university, and you can go to college here, but we got to go home. Sorry.
So you were on Kona though, right? Because for some reason I thought you were going to Honolulu. That's why I was talking to you about the PCC, Polynesian Cultural Center and Pearl Harbor and all that.
I just figured you got confused because every time I say to people I went to the Big Island, they're like, oh, that's Oahu. I'm like, no, the Big Island. Oh, so Maui. I'm like, no, the Big Island. There's no name for it. It's called the Big Island. That's what I say, But
I got confused myself. So
that's okay. And I just want to let everyone know, ignore off season. When somebody says off season, everybody that was there said I love off season. I don't think I want to be there on season, So
right.
Go off season. It was fabulous. The temperatures were, low 80s the entire time. Beautiful breezes. It was incredible.
Way less busy, right?
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera. And that's where Tesh and I went in April, was to Kona. And I think it's my favorite. I mean, we've been to all the islands over the years, but it was so much diversity, the volcanoes and the drives and the beach. It was just really cool. So I'm really glad you got a chance to do it. We know how hard you work, and we appreciate you coming back and not staying there.
Well, the nice thing about this organization, right, is that I could stay there and, have this wonderful, job too. So
that's right.
I hate to call it a job because it doesn't feel like a job. So
it's absolutely true. We talk about this being the best sales job in town, and the flexibility is definitely one of them, right? The good news is it's getting better and better. We have some initiatives and some things happening that are going to be bigger than what we ever had when we started. So I want to get into some triumphs and some T's and C's. I've got lots to share with you guys, but anybody have a win or an experience they had recently? I'll talk about yours, Ken, in a minute here, because it went really well with Sonia, and I want to share that with Sonia is her name. She corrected me.
Thank you.
But anyone else? Anyone want to share something that's happened since we last met?
Well, I have something, Patrick. It's Regal.
Hi, Regal.
Hi, how are you guys? I miss everybody. I have, I can't even explain it any other way, but out of worldly, divine experience, really. First of all, I've been reading some of the literature that you gave me. Maybe that inspired me, and that I asked for, basically, on spirituality. But then I met with a pastor who is an African refugee whose tribe, he's a Tutsi in the Tutsi tribe from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the DRC. And he and I met 20 years ago, and we were trying to figure out how I could raise money to build him a church. And it was just a pie in the sky dream. How could I build this man a church? And all the refugees, there's 300, 500 now, and they need a church and they need a community center. And we were trying to figure out how to build them a church. And I looked at faith-based funding, the old traditional fundraising. And then I looked at non-faith-based funding, and we kept running into dead ends. And I sat down with him this week, and I should probably mention that he's an evangelical pastor. And I told him that I'm associated with this wonderful agency that is working with an evangelical association of churches. And the man started crying. He started crying. He said, "Do you think they could help me?" And I said, "I'm going to look into it for you." I didn't want to make him any promises, but he just said, I would like to be a part of that project. And I said, "Well, let's see if we can build you a church." So it's my biggest new project. It's building an evangelical church. Can you believe that?
That's incredible.
Awesome.
I mean, it's
That's
just
so
it's
great.
gotta be divine intervention. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Right.
Because we've been working at this for 20 years. And I went, "Oh my God, you're an evangelical pastor.
Right.
This is incredible." So it was just out of worldly. I don't know what it's going to lead to, but Patrick, I'm going to send you his story that I'm drafting, but I could use your expertise in English to make it better, and then see what you think that maybe we could do with that story. I've never heard a story like this in my life. I think this could make the New York Times. I'm really not kidding.
Yeah.
Or the
absolutely.
Wall Street Journal. What this could mean.
Right.
So
That's so great.
Regal,
Yeah.
we call that divine choreography.
Is that what it is, Sue? You need to
We
teach
call
me,
it.
because that's what you need. You're all here to teach me. Thank you so much.
You know, I'm going to start inviting this Pastor James, who I'm getting to know, to join our team I've already invited him to join our team, but really to start attending these calls too, because it'd be really good for him. You know, he's bringing me business left and right on a daily basis. He's making new introductions to the point that there's going to be lead flow coming in that I can't handle, and I'm going to pass it on to you all. I can't do all the appointments. And so, especially as we roll this out with Church of God in Christ, who I want to introduce your friend Regal to Pastor James, would probably be the best first step. He's an evangelical pastor. He's very involved with COGIC. I mean, they could start a branch there probably for him, with him, and maybe give him some support. So, you know, either, unless they want to be Mormon, you know, then I can talk to them about that, but that's another story. Just kidding. You know, we can talk about that too, but no, anyway, you know, it's interesting because I've said this many times. The long and the short of it is that you find one good contact who opens up doors for you, and that opens up more doors and more and more and more. And I think I've found that with Pastor James. We're on a first name basis now. I just call him Will, and he calls me Patrick. But we have a meeting tomorrow with their basically the Archbishop's right hand. She's the one who gets things done. Her name is Supervisor Fluker, and they're signing the agreement tomorrow to do the fundraisers in all their churches. We're setting up their website with Life Exec as we speak. I shot a video I'm going to show you guys today with Dalton from Emergent 3. It's basically a demo. It's going to be the last 20 minutes of our call today. It's an Emergent 3 demo. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I'll just send it to you. Maybe I'll just send it to you afterwards and let you watch it, so it doesn't take up all of our time. But it's basically something you could give to a prospective security customer without having to try to schedule them for a demo. You could just send them this. and have them look at it. And it will do the job for you. And that way we can cover more ground. Like if we're sending it out to the COGIC churches, or we're sending it out to a large association or school district, we can just, I think it can speed up the process of getting the word out. We can put it on a media blitz, maybe get the news agencies talking about it. Emergent 3, they've brought on over 100 schools now in the last 2 or 3 months. They're adding 5 to 10 new ones a month or a week. And most of those, 70%, are coming from referrals. So once one school comes in, sees it, gets onboarded, and starts using it, they're like, oh my gosh, you need to call this, and this school. And so I'm very excited about that. I'll show you guys the clip, maybe just a quick clip from the video, but I'll send it out to you. It's on our YouTube now. And I think it's going to be a great tool. So I'll come back to your story, Ken, but is there anyone else because it has to do with E3, but anyone else want to share? Thank you, Regal, for sharing.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I would. I have one with a group that I've been working with Frank Hellring, National Whistleblowers Center here in Pensacola. And we met with them twice now. She's going to be on Voice America next week, but I'm actually attending an event for the next 3 days with her in Pensacola, at Pensacola Beach, at a conference center there. So just exciting that they invited me and they said, we want you as a special guest. We want to give you a chance to talk to all the different people that are there, that are sponsors and community people. And so just exciting that I'm going to be able to be there. And God made the way for me to put some money up too, which I wasn't expecting, but some doors open and I can give into it.
That's great, Ken.
Yeah, that's
incredible.
It's so important. You want to be able to give in.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, Ken, I just have a quick question. Ken, it's Regal with a quick question. National Whistleblowers Association, is that the people that would basically be a whistleblower and report on corruption? Or
yeah, they are kind of like a almost like an advocacy group for the people who are the whistleblowers. And so they really help them with all the things behind the scenes, with all the legal stuff that they need to know. How do you navigate this? Because a lot of people, they want to be able to maybe come against some things in the workplace, but they're going, God, how do we do this? That's what this organization does.
Wow. Do you remember Enron? I just want to say the whistleblower was the fourth highest person in the chain. And that book that the whistleblower wrote taught me to look at the top 3 people of any company I work for and look at their family values, their beliefs, and to make sure that those 3 that are set. That's what I learned from that.
Because it trickles down from there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and put the website in our app so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
And the founder of that has really created some great ties with myself and Frank Hellring. So we're going to really help them a lot.
It's awesome.
That's great.
I thought you were going to say, Regal, that you automatically don't trust the top 3 people in a company, but
oh my gosh, what does that say about us? Sorry, Jill.
No, I was going to say that's why I chose certainty management. Exactly. And I love the top 3 people. That's why I chose it.
God works in threes.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Thanks, Ken. Thanks for sharing. To continue on Ken's conversation, let me tell you about this meeting I had this morning. And Ken sent this up. He met this guy named Brian Yak, who's he's a technical recruiter, really highly qualified, highly connected.
Actually, I was trying to get him hired on with us, and he chose to go this other way. But that's how I met him.
That's okay, man. If he opens up this door and does nothing else, it'll be worth it. So what Spur does, it's called Spur Staffing. They do fractional hiring. They do some after school coaching stuff, but they work with schools, not just schools either, but with manufacturers and all these companies. I don't know how many, but a lot, hundreds and hundreds of companies and schools all over the Southeast mostly, but they hire everybody for the schools basically besides the teachers. Okay, the security and custodians and lunch ladies and administrators, etc. And so she was very interested in Emergent 3. I talked to her about the fundraising as well, but mostly Emergent 3. And I said, this is more than just a product, Sonia. This is a purpose. We need to get this out to every school in America. And she's the one who kept saying, well, yeah, and we need to get out to every company, every venue. I mean, they work with malls, they work with sporting venues, minor league baseball stadiums, things like that. She said, is there any reason you can map a stadium with this? I said, none at all. It's just a really important product that we get the word out. And so we had a great conversation. I'm sending her an email, Ken, with some follow-up links. I'm sending her a copy of the demo so she can watch it, a flyer, and she wants to share it with the powers that be, her company. And I said, whether you would just like to share it with them as a benefit to them and as a kind of a value add of your service, or if you want to become a revenue share partner with us, it could create another revenue stream for you. And she said, I'll find out. She was very interested. She asked lots of questions. We talked for about 40 minutes. So it was really good. Okay. Anyone else? I got lots more I want to tell you, but
I have a really quick one
as usual.
From Hawaii.
All right.
Got on the airplane heading from Portland to Hawaii, and I was blessed enough to sit next to a gal. Her name is Marianne Kasaka, and she was the mayor of Kauai for many, 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 many years. And she put together some sister cities and connections with Japan. So she has a Japanese heritage. And in speaking with her, she got me in touch with Teen Links Hawaii, which is basically it's a teen empowerment resources program.
Wow.
I had no idea that apparently in Hawaii, the depression rate is super high. It's for us, we say, oh, Hawaii is a paradise and we want to go visit. But, for others, the people who are living there, it's not such a paradise, right? And it's kind of hard to make that shift. And so I was connected with them and had a couple of emails and then a short telephone meeting with them, because they provide, part of their outreach and education and empowerment is they provide information for referral services for teens in Hawaii, right?
Wow.
And so we immediately were talking about Life Exec and their families, right? Because they need a stable family environment so that they can have the environment that nurtures them as a teen. And so we talk a lot about the mental health program. And even though it only starts at the age of 18, you're still a teenager at 18 and 19, right? But their family members can utilize the services and create an environment inside their home, which is stable for these teens that are having a hard time too. So I'm really excited. I have no idea where it's going to go, but we've had some good meetings and I was able to do a little bit of business while I was on vacation, which made me feel good.
That's awesome. Nice job, Vic. So anyone else? I've got some things to share if nobody else has any.
Cheshire cat.
You heard me talk briefly, guys, last week about the CEO summit that we had put in a proposal for, and the dean of the business school came back and accepted all 5 products. He wants us to present on everything that we proposed. In fact, we're going to be presenting on October 4th and 5th. So we want to write that down, Brian, if you're going to go with me. 4th and 5th. The 4th, we're presenting to the African Summit. It's a number of leaders and businesses. There's like 6 billionaires coming, et cetera. And they're coming to Liberty University for their big convention. And we're going to be talking about Emergent 3 and this new product called Ample Points. And they don't really because they're overseas, those are the only two that will work for them. But the next day, they're doing breakout sessions, and we're going to present on all 5 sessions. Ken York is going to come out and talk about Life Exec. Adam may very well come out and talk about Emergent 3. We're going to be talking about NuQuil, cost reduction. I'm going to try to get either Mark to come, or maybe Victoria or Jim to come, or our 2 resident experts. And then Ample Points, which you'll be learning about on Thursday. Tuesday, Tony Singh is going to come out for that. And then we also have Don Oberly coming out to talk about Credit IQ.
That's great.
Very excited about it. There's going to be over 2,000 CEOs there, or over 1,500. They say maybe as many as 2,000. They're breakout sessions, so they won't all be in each session, but we should get hundreds of listeners and a chance to be on their promotional material and things like that as a presenter. It'll be a good credibility piece for us. Get some video and so forth. We'll be recording the radio presentation or the radio show that week back there. So really excited about that. And that's something that's, again, came out of Pastor James. He's got us with COGIC, Transformation Church in Oklahoma. This new group called Destiny 508. They set up nonprofits and about 300 clients, and they know a lot more people than that. And this introduction to the CEO Summit, it's going to benefit everybody who's involved. It's going to be I'm really excited about it. So, anyone familiar with COGIC, Church of God in Christ? Have you heard of it? Because I mentioned it. I know, Felicia, you and I were talking about it. Do you want to say something about how big COGIC is?
It's massive. I'm not familiar. I wasn't familiar with the acronyms that you were saying, but
Right.
Church of God in Christ, I've heard that they've had commercials on, television. I mean, it's huge. It's
one of the largest.
Anybody, especially in the state of Texas, because we're Bible Belt. So anybody who's in Texas knows Church of God in Christ.
Yeah. We're talking to the number 2 person, and I've met with her 3 times now. We have a 4th meeting tomorrow.
That's massive. They have a huge reach with everything, so this is going to be, we're going to be busy. You're going to be busy. This is crazy.
Yeah. We may very well have to hire a call center and some other things to help manage the flow. But we'll have the revenue to do it. So on the next front, and this applies to all of you, Umbrella is moving forward with the fundraiser. They've brought on several fundraisers now. And it's something I want to talk to you guys about briefly, because there's an opportunity here, if you all want it, to do your fundraisers either through Vive or through Umbrella. Okay, the benefit to doing them on the one side, if you want the points that come through the Vive system, if you're a consultant, you're actively involved with Vive and you're building that and you want to earn and tap into their point system, then that's probably the direction you want to go. If you don't have an interest in being a Vive consultant, or we have someone come on who doesn't, if they still would like to be part of the fundraiser, Edomar is going to allow us to do the fundraiser through them. And we'll split a little bit of the commission with him, but most of it's going to come to you. One of the benefits of it is that we can get paid up front as well. Now, this has let me share my screen real quick. This thing actually has a typo that we caught. I'm getting it corrected as we speak. But we redid the breakdown on the website here. This is going to say $1 instead of 80 cents. And these numbers are all affected a little bit. This number is different, but But the reason for this is that when the way Umbrella is doing their fundraiser, and I wanted to make sure our website agreed with what they were doing, since COGIC sees this and everybody else will see this. If they go through Vive, they get the $15 up to $15. They go through Umbrella, the rep has the ability to split that with the customer. And what he's recommending they do is 80-20 split. That's what this is based on. So once they get to 1,000 bills, they're making $12 on every bill, and the rep is receiving the other 3. If there's a division between, a share, then that can happen. But so in this case, for example, you could make, if you wanted to go this way and get paid up front on bills being loaded, not just on points on the back end with Umbrella, you could go through Umbrella. This is the pricing that will show the customer, and you would get paid on the bills. And so that's faster money. It's coming in immediately. It has nothing to do with Vive's point system, even though Vive is the back end negotiating partner. They don't participate in the point system. As a white label customer, they're not really a network marketer. They're not really a consultant for Vive in that sense. They really fall under a separate umbrella. It's funny, their name is Umbrella too. But so it's up to you which one you do. If you're really building Vive and building an organization and wanting to participate in their points and earn their weekly payouts and things like that, then go that route. If you like the idea of doing the fundraiser this way, or if you have friends or family that are interested in getting involved in helping with fundraising, maybe bringing on fundraisers, but we don't want to get them, you don't want to enroll them in Vive. They're not going to be a fundraiser or a referral partner with us or an affiliate with us. This is a way that they can participate in the fundraising, share in the revenue with you, and do it in that direction. The other benefit is that Edamar and Umbrella
Okay,
set up
guys, so
the
this video
fundraisers
is
a
going to
little
show
bit
you
differently.
what we can customize for the front end and the back end of the
Okay,
website.
for
You
example,
can share this information with the nonprofit if they have any questions
Where am I hearing
when you
background
ask
noise?
their information, so we can customize the website.
oh, I think this is it. Edamar, when they set up a website for a customer, let's see here. Actually, get to the right page. Here we go. So they have their onboarding process is pretty dialed in. And one of the things they do is they'll create a custom website for the fundraiser. This is more than what Vive is offering. They'll actually create a video, and we'll shoot the video with them, and then they'll load a personal video from the pastor, from the archbishop, from the coach, or the director of funding, or whatever. And I personally believe, guys, that I believe this is essential for success of the fundraising program, is that they're hearing from somebody they know. It's not just a website. It doesn't just have the Vive videos on. Those are on here too. They go into, actually, it's not right here, but they are hearing from someone they know and recognize, inviting them to take part and participating. Okay, this is the 200% sports team that we started working with. So they've got some little typos. I mean, he's in Israel, so I'm going to have him fix a couple English typos. But I like that. I like being able to customize the website, and I like the fact that we can get paid up front on every bill that's loaded, not just on the back end. Now we get paid on the upfront bill per loaded, and we get paid a percentage of the back end. If you do this, you can get paid on the savings as well. So that's upfront and savings. You're just not going to create points for Vive if you went through Umbrella. Okay. You can do whichever one you want. If you have any questions, let me know. Just know it's an option. I just really like the fact that we can customize the website. And it's not something that Vive currently offers. I think income wise, I don't know if it could be, it'll be comparable. Vive maybe could be even bigger over time, but I like the thought of getting money coming in quick for you guys and being able to customize that. So you had a question, Felicia?
Yeah, so the fundraising video for partner prospects, is that general? Is it a general video? Is that for Vive or is that for Umbrella or is it for both?
It is from, we give them a script. Like it would be from someone very high up, for example, at Church of God in Christ saying, hi, this is Bishop Archibald in Memphis, Tennessee, and we just wanted to announce a new fundraiser we're doing for the church. Very excited about it, blah, blah, blah. So
No,
the
what I'm
video they
asking-
watch is about that, it's from them. So
No,
sorry.
I'm referring to the video fundraiser that you put on the list that you gave me, the YouTube video to send to prospect fundraising.
Oh, yeah. That one you can still send.
Okay,
That's fine, because it explains the fundraiser in general. This
okay.
is actually their personal website that they can use.
And so then basically, if I have a prospect, because I have several,
Mhm.
and so I would shoot them this video to introduce them after I speak with them. And then if they decide that they want to go ahead and do it, and if I want to go with Umbrella, then I would just go through Umbrella to set up everybody.
Yep. And I can help you
Okay.
do that. I can
Okay.
coach you guys on how to do that. And they'll manage all the accounting. They'll cut us the check. We pay you guys your portion of it, and we share in that, which is
Mhm.
good, for both of us. And then I think there's a lot of benefit to it. So the more we could get away from working through Vive, the better, in my opinion. Nothing against Vive, but I don't really like the network marketing model.
Mhm.
I'm not a huge fan. And this is one way to do that without them having the back office and getting inundated by all the other stuff that Vive has or Vive does. Now, Vive's talking about creating a whole different back office for fundraiser, but that hasn't happened yet. And so, I think it'll continue to get better. And they are the engine that's running the cost reduction. So we definitely are partnered. It's just, this might be a way for us to do it without signing them up for Vive and making them more involved in Vive than they have to be. So Brian, you had a question.
You answered it with that. That's what I want to know. Like, so if I bring on a entity, then they won't be getting hammered with all those texts. And all that. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest.
I tend to agree with you on that too, Patrick.
One of the biggest benefits. The personalized website is nice, but just being completely separate from that system is, I think, maybe the biggest benefit. Liz,
I agree.
question.
Yeah, just remind me the purpose of Umbrella.
Okay, so Umbrella is, they're kind of like a Costco for businesses, right? The businesses can go to the Umbrella website and purchase SEO and website development, digital marketing, and Facebook ad. So there's a number of different services. Most of them are kind of marketing and advertising related, but they can purchase those services. And so they're kind of a one-stop shop for business benefits and services. And so the fundraising side of it, they call it Sponsor Hero. That's their name that they've come up with it. Their website, you can say here, is Get Bill Saver. So it's just another service that they're providing. They do work with a lot of nonprofits. They all know nonprofits, so they've added it to their lineup. They're going to be adding Life Exec as well to the lineup, and SNI. And so
How long have they been in business, or where are they located?
Umbrella is headquartered in Israel, actually. Edomar lives in Tel Aviv, I believe, but they have affiliates across the country. They have, in fact, if we don't get to the businesses quick, guys, they're probably going to get to them ahead of us, because they have. But he has 2,500 members himself, and then his partner has another 7,500. So we want to either get after them or go after other products or other customers. But
And how long have they been doing business as Umbrella?
I'm not sure. I know it's been several years, but I'll find out. That's a good question. I know they've been around for a long time. However, it's taken them a while, I'm sure, to build up to 10,000 affiliates. But
What's their website? I mean, because I know you get the insurance when you come up. So
what is Umbrella's website?
yeah.
Let me.
Jill put it in the chat.
Okay, I got it.
There's a different.
Jill, thanks, Jill.
Yeah, there's a different site for Umbrella Local, which is what their local marketing brand is. Probably what would be the best one to look at. Did you put that in there, Jill?
Yeah, that's what she did.
Umbrella Local, yeah. Yep, and then it could actually be a service that we list on our website. We're adding more services, as you've seen. If you've been to the updated website, guys, the services tab, you see a number of different things offered now. We're going to rearrange how those are advertised, how those are organized and presented in the new website. But it's a suite of services. It's a suite of offerings, some of which you haven't even heard about yet, but you're going to soon. Any other questions on that before I move on? Let's see here. The quality of our guests continue to get better and better. I'm really excited about my upcoming guest on Friday. His name is Adam Torres, and he is he's the host of Mission Matters. They've interviewed over 5,000 people he personally has on his podcast. They've published over 250 authors. He's the publisher of the book I'm going to be in this fall. They're actually considered one of the top 5% of all podcasts. He gets featured on Forbes and Yahoo Finance, Fox Business, and CBS. I mean, the list goes on. So he's going to be a really fantastic guest. We got a really great show planned. There's just a lot happening. I was just interviewed on another podcast and was also invited to be in another book that's coming out. So that's kind of exciting. Let's see. I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to this little speech I gave on Thursday. It was to a group, probably about 50 or 60 people in the room, all business owners, where I talked about accountability and the Oz principle and legacy. Tonight, I'm going to present to a group of about 150 businesses, together with my new friend, Tony Singh, who owns Ample Points. And we're going to be talking about certainty and about his business and so forth. What I'm seeing, guys, is the more we get involved in business groups in the community, the more we get our message out, the more opportunities happen. Ken was just invited to come to speak to this group. I'm starting to get more and more of these invitations. We're invited to the CEO Summit, which could be enormous. The list goes on and on and on. That's why I'm really working on trying to update our whole website and our brand and everything so we can be ready for that stuff and just present ourselves that much better. Brian's stepson, Andrew Swanson, came to our event in Vegas earlier this year, and he shot several videos for us. And I'm going to be posting some of those on the website now too. We went back and forth with some edits, and it's just they've been sitting there waiting to be done, but I just have not had time. But one of the fun ones I think you'll really enjoy is is the recap of our get together. I thought I'd share this with you guys real quick. Those of you who weren't there, maybe you'll wish you were, and maybe you'll come next time. And those of you who were, this is a good reminder of how much fun we had. So check this out. Isn't that fun? I'm going to put that on the jobs tab of our website. So people who are looking at us as a career, they'll see that we are not serious all the time. We have fun too. And I thought it was really well done. So Brian, thanks for making that happen. Sorry it's taken so long to get it done. It's just business has come ahead of pleasure and other things. So
Hey, Patrick, I wanted to put a plug in for the radio show with Don Oberly. If you haven't listened to that, you all need to. Not only is it, I think, one of the best shows that Patrick has done for many reasons, the amount of conversation back and forth, the amount of time that Don was able to share his information. But Don is he's got a captivating voice. And the amount of information that Patrick got out of him in that short period of time was incredible. I kept stopping it, repeating it, and going over again and over again, learning about how to run your own personal credit life, right? And the responsibilities of yourself, what you can do and what you can't do and what you should be doing. I highly, highly recommend that you not only listen to that radio show, but share it with everybody that you can in your family, your grandkids, your teens, your young kids in your life. That they need to know these little secrets that he's sharing. And then on top of that, it was exciting because it branched out in so many different directions that Patrick's going to be able to have multiple other shows. And then Frank, the gentleman who introduced, did I say his name right? Is it Frank, Patrick?
Yep, Hellring. Yep.
The gentleman who helped Patrick get the show going, he called in and he was super excited to even put Don on his show for small businesses. So it's educational for people, their children, because one of the points that I thought was really massive was that there's a reason why they aren't teaching our kids how to take care of their own credit in school. They don't want them to know. It's a system that's in place. So I really feel very passionate about all of you sharing, going and watching it and then sharing that with everybody you know.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, we're actually going to re-record the show this week on Thursday. And the reason being, we didn't start the recording on time. I missed the first couple of seconds. For some reason, the video was lagging a little bit. So the YouTube we did of it didn't turn out very well. So before you go listen to it, wait for 2 or 3 more days and we'll have the updated version of it. We're going to hit all the same points, but maybe even have Frank call in again. And Brian, you called as well. So we might miss that part, but it was really good. And Victoria's right. The guy is brilliant. What's cool, guys, is some of these guests, like Don, just for example, he's trained over 125,000 real estate agents. He has over 650,000 customers that he's served in the last 30 years. And as soon as we re-record this, because he wants it to look really good, because he's going to put it out to all of them, right? And talk to them about what we do as well. And so there's just these ripple effects that are happening left and right, guys, that are very exciting. I have a couple of, I put these in the channel, guys, but make sure you remember that if you're sending, our Life Exec is working really well now. SNI is working really well now as far as being able to share it with customers and so forth and so on. I created some new links you may have seen. To answer your question, Joe, it was the one before last Friday, the one with Don Oberly. It is online. You guys can listen to it, but again, we're going to re-record it. Notice in here, the links are pinned in the channels, in the Life Exec channel, in the SNI channel. These links are pinned so you can go to them quickly. But if you want to send someone to the Life Exec digital flyer, just go to certaintybenefits.com. If you want to sign someone up, you take them to certaintysignup.com. If it's a SNI, which is the insurance customers, not the advantage benefits, but the actual insurance, you send them to certaintycoverage.com. And it just forwards to the right link. Okay, so let's see here. We talked about 60-40 split on any Life Exec or SNI commissions, where you get 60% and 40% comes back to us, really 34%, because 6% is going to go to whoever your mentor is, because they get a 10% override. We're again giving the lion's share. We're even giving more than 50% on the insurance products, because the commissions are a little bit smaller than Nuquo and some of these other things. And with Vive, I've got good news, guys. With ERC, show you another thing here. I'm going to give Liz the kudos for this, because she went to bat for everybody. and oh, wrong place. She's been sending business to Ben over at ERC, and he and I went back and forth over commissions and what we can do, and we're decided to give a bigger percentage of the ERC payouts to you guys. I know it takes a lot of work. It doesn't take us really very much work at all. So I'm going to give a bigger share to each of you. We want to make a little bit on the deals, but let me show you how this is going to work. Okay, so what I've decided is to give you 70% of any ERC payout. And this is, and what I was trying to do is get it closer to Vive's payout, because Vive's payout is much larger. It's not much larger, but it was twice, or etc. So for example, this is Liz's deal that she just sold with the coffee shop. They have 19 employees. They're getting 167,000. If she had sold that through Vive, she'd get about $7,100. Okay. The drawback to the Vive is they take the $250 out of that, and then they split the payout. Some of it is paid as a lump sum. Some of it is paid out over time. And I'm trying to get an answer from them on what that split is. Are we getting 40% up front, 50%? These numbers I'm not positive on, but I do know that part of it is paid immediately once they're paid, and part of it is paid over the next year. That's one of the drawbacks of Vive. There's two main drawbacks to Vive's ERC program, guys. We all know the big one, and that is the 30% fee, right? I think it's a deal killer in many cases, because as soon as they hear it from us, they're going to hop online and research ERC and see lots of people out there offering it at 10 and 20%, 10, 15, 20. So in my opinion, that's the main reason not to send it to Vive. The benefit to them is it's a little bit bigger payout. The other drawback is some of it is paid over time. With ERC, if we look at the exact same deal, so this is Liz's job she just sold. She would have made 7,100 through Vive. Sue's job that she just sold, she's going to make about 12 grand. She did sell it through Vive, so she's going to make about $12,000 on that job, is what we're estimating. It won't be all up front, but over time, it's going to add up to about this much. These are approximates, okay? If they did the same thing through ERC Tree with the split that we've negotiated and that we're splitting, we're giving you 70%, giving 7% to the mentor. We get the other 23. Instead of 71, in Liz's case, she would make 4,100 through ERC Tree. Instead of 11, almost 12, Sue would make 7,000 through ERC. So the payouts are smaller. Okay, we've said that from the beginning. They're better with 70% versus 50 or 60, but they're still smaller. The plus sides, guys, are that you get paid it all when they get paid. You get one lump sum check for the whole amount. And we're only charging the customer 10 to 20%. So it's a much easier pill to swallow. I think we can more than make up for it by selling more jobs. The benefit to that, and his process is very impressive. They get immediate notification. They get emails showing them how much they're getting and for what months. It's as soon as they can get the documents to him, he can get an answer back to them within the week. And it's very detailed. It's much better than V's process, I think. The other benefit is if we close more jobs, those customers will refer us to more people. If we can help them get those funds and they see that we're real and it really worked, what are they going to do but tell others about us, right? And that could lead to referrals to their church for fundraising, to their school for to Emergent 3. It could be referrals to whoever for the benefits. So in effect, if you put a job through ERC Tree, which I recommend, you're going to make about 73%, 72% of what you would have made on Vive. I believe you will more than make it up in volume. Okay, so that's the best I can do, guys. We got to make something on it. So we're going to get a little bit, but all the time we're putting in, we got to get paid. So, but I'm trying to give you the lion's share. Okay. Any questions on that? Let's see, changes to the website. That's undergoing. It's being done. It's a long process, guys. The website, if you don't expect it for 6 months, you'll be pleasantly surprised when we do it in 2 months or something like that. And just know it's coming. We're going to have a contract for fundraisers. We're doing a new revenue agreement with the attorneys right now that will be coming out soon. It's just going to clarify some things. We're not changing anybody's commissions or anything. Talked about umbrella. And we talked a little bit about Emergent 3. So we're going to start doing more sales training. We've been talking a lot about new programs and commissions and rollouts and all these other things that are happening. And I apologize, it's been really the focus over the last few weeks. We're getting through those things. And I mean, Life Exec is dialed in. FMA benefits is dialed in now. Emergent 3, we're clarifying what commissions are going to be ongoing. They offered us a pretty good commission for the first 3 months as a kickoff, but I'm trying to get them to honor the higher payout ongoing. Actually asking them to give us 50%. So they're talking about it. Don't know if that's going to work, but I'm trying. And so with with what we're doing with all of the different programs, guys, we're just trying to make it all dialed in, continue to promote it, roll out the new website along with the new CRM, and rock and roll. So we have some really great things happening. I'll send the link out after, or maybe Jill, if you can include it in the recap email, I'll send you the link to the new YouTube video for Emergent 3. Please watch the demo, guys, because it's really good. You'll understand the product much better if you watch that, and you're welcome to use it to share it with customers. What I'm doing, I really like, I like this video here. Let's see here. Well, they're both good, but I think the new Emergent 3 video is probably the better of the two. It's this one right here. You see it on our website. So I've been sending people this as the link, but they're both good. Watch both of them, see which one you like better. You can click on it and go to YouTube and copy the link. But I do think this one might be a little bit better. It's more updated. But I would send them both. If you have serious interest, send them this and send them the link to the new video with the demo. It's about 20 minutes, just so you know. So you don't want to use it just as the first contact necessarily, but for someone who asks for information about it, or someone who shows some interest, give them the new video. It looks like this. It's here, I'll just
well, yeah, thanks, Patrick. And so what we've got here is on my screen. One of the things I'd like to point out first is, dependent upon how you're presenting it and who you're presenting it to, is this right here, this larger box.
So he just shows how it can be used on the phone. It can be used on the app. He goes into all the different features. I comment on a little bit of it. So it's about 20 minutes. It is basically their sales presentation. They do their whole presentation in 15 minutes. If I hadn't been there commenting, he would have been done in 15 minutes or less. And then if someone has interest, we set a time with them and they'll close. And they're closing almost 100% of the customers they meet with. Just so you guys know, and I'll say this in closing, the more we can think outside the box, get creative, and create these ripple effect relationships, guys, the more everyone's stars on this call will change. One example of that is meeting Edamar 3 years ago for Umbrella, staying in touch with him, finally striking while the iron is hot, getting him going with the fundraiser, which led to Pastor James, which led to the Church of God in Christ, and led to this CEO Summit, which we're going to the summit to present on these different product lines, one of which is going to be Emergent 3. And what we're going to present to them is this product needs to be in the hands of every school in America. And you, in this audience, there's 2,000 CEOs here, however many come to our session on that, say you have the ability to let this get the word out to these schools. In fact, what we would ask you to do, we will partner with you on this. We will do the setup for free. We'll waive the setup fee. We'll discount this heavily. We want to get it into the hands of the schools. We just need you to make those meetings happen. We need you to help us open those doors. If you can do that, we'll present to the school, and hopefully they have the budget to do this. It's not that expensive. If they have the budget to do this, great. If they don't, we'd like to go to you and ask you to help. You as the CEOs, to pick up the tab on that. And our commitment to you is no setup fee, discounted price, and then we will come in and show you how to recover those funds and put it back in your pocket. That's going to be our Emergent 3 pitch to the CEOs. I'm telling you, it wasn't my idea. It was given to me. I mean, I just feel like it was inspired. But if you will ask and think and ponder on these types of scenarios, I firmly believe we're talking about divine choreography at the first of this meeting, guys. Ideas will come to you, and we can put a dent in the universe, right? We can change these communities and make a true difference. So I know you guys are working hard, but keep your minds open and pray about it, think about it, whatever you have to do to get some of these ideas percolating. I have put in the time and I'm seeing the results. We are putting in the time and seeing the results. We've paid the price and now the fruits are coming. So I'll get off my soapbox, but I'm telling you guys, we have the ability to not just create a really phenomenal company here, but to really change lives with what we're doing. It's happening. It's really starting to happen. So any last comments or thoughts? Jill, you've been quiet the whole time. I know you talk our ear off, but do you have anything you like to share? You're on mute if you want to.
No, nothing. All that lead up, me swinging my mouth joystick over. No, just really exciting. Way to go, Patrick. You know, you work really hard. And so on all of our behalf. So just thank you so much.
My pleasure, guys. You know, I love you and I care about what we're doing. I'm excited about it. We're being blessed. Victoria, any last thoughts?
No, I got
Wanna send us
my
off?
things out there already.
All right. Well, we're glad you're back and looking forward to getting back in the saddle, and lots more to come, guys. Thanks for staying on 7 extra minutes. I appreciate you all and have a great week. Brian, I'll get you the details on the summit. We can talk about that. But other than that, thanks.
Yeah, let's get together because I need to talk about scheduling or something, but something else that you and I have been doing with the lines. Okay. Just whenever you're okay.
Patrick, you brought up a great training idea that Felicia was interested in. I'd love to join you too, or anybody else for Umbrella. I've chosen, I think, over Vive for me for fundraising for a couple of different reasons in Maine. So I would love to get that training on how to do a fundraiser with Umbrella.
Okay. I think we'll focus Thursday on Umbrella, on the fundraising process. Maybe you can get Edamar to join us and say a few words. I'd love to have you guys meet him. He's amazing. It might be too late for him because he's a different time zone, but I also want to tell you guys about Ample Points because it is a product that we can share with clients that can absolutely bless their lives. It's free to them to participate. It's a way for a business to completely transform their advertising, their return on investment for advertising, their customer engagement, loyalty. The list goes on and on. It is an extraordinary investment. $15 million in the making, patented. It is I think it's the next Google or Facebook, honestly. And we have an opportunity to be involved with it if we want to. It is most definitely one of the services we're going to be offering to our clients. We're telling all the CEOs about it. If the dean of the business school for Liberty University reviews it and says, yeah, we want to hear more about this, there's something to it, right? It's pretty exciting. Like we're sharing it with the Church of God in Christ and all of their congregations because it can bless their members, their small businesses. It's phenomenal. And it's something we're really at the ground floor of because it's just gone public and it's patented. It's 15 million in the making and it is disruptive. You'll see. Come Thursday.
Exactly.
Okay, guys.
I just want to mention I'm going to be living in Turkey. I fly out tomorrow from Boston for about a month. So I'll try to join every meeting 7 hours ahead or 8 hours ahead based on daylight savings. So it might be in the middle of the night if I have Wi-Fi in a Turkish hotel, but if I don't show up, I'll be thinking of you and I'll watch the recordings.
Wow.
That's awesome, Rigo. Have a great time. I knew you were headed there this fall. I didn't realize it was so close. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm going to visit my daughter, my Turkish daughter I took in from after wars, the kids I took in from wars. So she's just the one I'm going to visit this time, but I'll try to get on the call if I can.
That's awesome. Well, go see how do you say it? The Hagia Sophia?
Oh yeah, totally. By the way,
it?
Santa Claus is Turkish. Saint Nicholas is Turkish, and I'm going to his grave site. So if anybody wants anything, I am going to Santa Claus's grave site. If you want to ask me for something, I'll ask right there.
A selfie.
Well, go see the blue moths, go see the Grand Bazaar, go to the Hagia Sophia,
Kapala Charchi. I know.
go see it all. That's what a great opportunity. So
All right, bye,
look forward to
guys.
hearing your stories. All right, thanks guys. Have a great couple of days. We'll
Thank
see you on
you.
Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.